Sam here from NZ Mortgages. We're starting a new series where we're going to interview the experts. Today our first guest is Nicole from Absolut Legal. She's one of our most trusted and preferred lawyers. Nicole, I was wondering if you could tell us today why it's important that you have a lawyer when purchasing a property and what role do you play in that?
Yeah, of course. So basically, it's important to have a lawyer so you're actually guided through what you're actually buying, and then not only that, but also sort of the legal ramifications of buying that piece of land as well. So our job and our responsibility is to make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row, that you have the title and the limb completely checked, which is the council reports and the land you're actually buying. And then we'll also complete the settlement for you to make sure that your money goes to the right person and that the keys are actually transferred over to you as well.
Fantastic, cool. And so then does that also mean that then the property is then in your name as well, so you take care of that part?
That is correct, absolutely. So right at the end, that's when the title transfers over into your name, and you get a copy of the title showing that the land is in your name.
Yeah, cool, fantastic, thank you. So following on from your role as a lawyer, can you talk to us a little bit about how you differ from a conveyancer? Because we do get asked a lot of questions, should we use a lawyer or a conveyancer?
Absolutely. So a lawyer and conveyancer basically can do the exact same thing in relation to a property transaction, but where we differ is a conveyancer will often have to get the specialty guidance of a lawyer when completing bank documents and other loan documents associated with buying the land. And not only that, but a conveyancer won't be able to assist you with those extra things that you need to put in place to protect you once you actually bought the land, things like wills, or perhaps if you're buying as a couple, putting together agreements to protect your own interests as well.
Okay, cool. So we get asked a lot about a limb and if this is required. There's a lot of conflicting information out there. Can you kind of set the record straight on that?
Of course, limbs are definitely a requirement when buying land, and it's not because it's just going to tell you about what you're buying, but it's going to tell you whether your property is fully compliant. It will tell you where your services run and whether there's something that's wrong with the title because of it. And then it will also tell you about things like liquefaction or whether there's been weather tightness issues. And these are all things that could cost you in the long run. So it's really important to get a limb.
Cool, thank you. So at NZ Mortgages, we have a really strong relationship with our clients and we do like to guide them through the process. In particular, first home buyers and maybe going to auction, which can be very scary and daunting. What would your key tips be and what role would you play in this for a client?
Absolutely. Key thing for anyone going to auction is to make sure that you've got your finance and your insurance in place. Even if you've just got the pre-approval, it's really important to get that final sign-off to say yes, you can bid at auction. Everyone's got to remember that when they do bid at auction, that's you going completely unconditional, so there's no way for you to pull out.
Yeah.
Our role in respect to that is to check everything that the agent actually provides. So they usually provide what's called an auction pack, and we review the limb and title and make sure that everything's above board and make sure that all their sort of EQC clauses and claims have all been completed as well to make sure you're getting a fully compliant house.
Yeah, cool. So basically what you're doing then for an auction is that everything, if you were making an offer on a property was subject to finance, is you're just doing those checks prior to going to the auction.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool, thank you. So here at NZ Mortgages, we do a lot of construction finance and off-the-plan purchases. It is harder to obtain finance when maybe completion is 12 months out. What is some of your key advice for clients in this situation?
Absolutely. The main key thing is to be aware that a lot of the checks we'll do now may not be relevant later on down the track when title issues. So there is a lot of uncertainty when buying these types of properties, and what you may find is that you need to reapply or re-evaluate the information that you've been given, such as your finance, for example, will expire after a period of time and you will need to redo it. With insurance, you won't be able to put that in place until the actual property is built. And with the limb and title, there's a lot of uncertainty about what actually will be on the land once the title actually issues, because that land hasn't been separated off from the greater land area.
Yeah. So I guess like the key thing before someone signs a contract is to maybe come and have a conversation with someone like yourself about what that might look like for the next 12 months and what they could be subject to.
Absolutely, and just understanding the risk. I mean, at the end of the day, with a turnkey property, you're getting a home that you absolutely love and designed yourself. So there's a great advantage to it, but there is a lot of risk and you need to be aware of those.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for joining us today, Nicole. And as always, if you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at nzmortgages.co.nz or nicole@absolutlegal.co.nz.